going on, guys? Just a real quick one for this episode. I have to fix my NSS switch on my transmission and fix two little electrical gremlins. My headlights are not working and I don't have a reverse light, or sorry, a number plate light. So that's what this episode is going to quickly cover, so enjoy. All right, so I've got the NSS switch off, pulled the screws out, and I've pulled this part off, which sits in here. And then these little copper tabs just under here are meant to be elevated, springed, so they spring up and make contact with these copper parts. Obviously they are definitely not elevated, so what we're going to do, we're going to try and pull these out, clean the springs up, and sort of rub a little bit of fine sandpaper on all the contacts just to really clean them up and put it back together and see what happens. All right, these are nice and clean. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put a little bit of tension on these springs by just making them a little bit fatter, clean up both of these contacts, and then really give the inside of this a good clean. I'm just gonna use like a little bit of plastic to clean it out because I don't wanna try and damage any of the holdings in here. And then just give this section a good clean up with a little bit of degreaser, just so it moves freely. I don't wanna remove all the dielectric grease out of this, and I could honestly probably re-grease the whole thing, but I don't wanna tamper too much. We just want to try and get some lights going. So we'll clean this section up and then put it back together, throw it back in the car and see what happens. All right, so here's the difference. We've cleaned them up, put the springs back in, widened those little springs up, and look at that, what a difference. That just sits in there and wants to shoot back up. So that's great. So what we'll do, I'll quickly just put all this back together, tighten it all up, throw it on the car, and I reckon we're back in business. All right, let's go.
All right, cloth tape first. I don't know if you can see, I'm really sorry. It's really difficult to see. That is on, back together. Let's fire it up and see
if we can't get this to work. I'll set you guys up so you can watch, and then you can tell me. Easy fix number one done. All right, so the second one is I have no low beams. I don't know, cheap Amazon lights could just be a failure, but we'll pull them open and see if I can't work out what's going on. I didn't really do anything to make them stop working, just cheap Amazon special, you know, is what it is. But let's see if we can't get it done. And we're back. Got the headlights working. It turns out it was just my issue. Used the wrong relay, swapped a couple of relays around. I've got sitting next to the engine bay, and I just had a couple around the wrong way and was missing one of the tongs. Got it working. So that's two electrical faults down, one left, which isn't a fault, more just something not complete. I don't have a reverse light number plate. I've got to work something out here. So whether I mount like a little tab off here and shine it this way, or go from down underneath and just shine something up and back. I actually bought a couple of little lights, but I don't think they'll work. So this one will happen in the next few days. And yeah, that's electrical faults all sorted for Christmas. There's a spider in there. So the plan is we're gonna mount a little bit of bracket just on the side here. And that is gonna just go in like that, I think. The only other thing I didn't check, problem is I can't get it in here because there's not enough room. And I don't want it hanging low, so it's just gonna get busted. We'll just mount like a little bracket, just like that. And then for the cable, we'll just run it along the back and probably down in through the cab. And we're just gonna tee up with the number plate light, and then that's it. So, all right, this is what I've made. So that's just gonna go like that. And then the little light will go in here. Let's make sure this light fits. So I believe this hole is just big enough. Or just not. Oh, bro, we'll be able to make that fit. Just like that, which is pretty neat. So then that's gonna go. So what I'll do, pull all this off, we'll sand that back, get that tacked into place. I'll probably just put, you know, probably just one on the top, one on the bottom, and that's it. And then we'll spray it up. Good enough. All right, I'll quickly paint it and then we'll wire it up tomorrow. All right, so this is how I've run the cable, just across the back, down, and it's gonna tap in. There's a little plug just on the underside under here that I tap into, and obviously it just goes straight neutral to the chassis, or ground to the chassis. And then we'll put this end in now, clamp it up, and we'll glue it in place. And then we should be right to start testing, and we'll see if we get lights. This is still drying, but that is gonna sit in like that. And we'll go give it a test. Woo! Look at that. Laughing. We're on easy street, mate. So we'll check it out at night. Hopefully that'll be good. So the NSS switch actually turned out to be really easy to fix. I thought I was gonna have huge problems. But if like you do think that that is an issue, it's just contacts. It's not that difficult. Anyway, I have finished editing this video, so I'm gonna quickly upload this one for tonight and brake upgrade this week as well. That starts, see ya.